Good morning. This is Michelle, your Theories of Play instructor. I'm sorry that I have to give you feedback on your assignment this sort of impersonal way, but I did want to do more than just write you notes and give you a grade. I realized you were doing the assignment late. Maybe you had been sick or something. I'm not sure, but what you did is very good. There's no problem with the quality or the content that you shared with me. I want to make that really clear. What I want to do is tweak this a little bit because it's the first time you've done a journal assignment with me, and I just want to make sure that the directions for the journal assignment are clear so that in the future I'm making certain that my students are understanding what I'm hoping for. So one thing that I noticed about your chart here on the what I thought was true and then what turned out to be true was it became, I don't know if this is accurate or not, I just am sharing my perception of it, but it seemed like you had a quote from the text and then it matched directly to what you thought was true. In other words, I couldn't tell if what you thought was true came first or if it came after you read about either Montessori or Reggio Emilia. It was a little muddy for me because it felt like you found the quote from, for example, about preparing children for life, and then anyway, you put the same thing here. Basically, math is taught the same across the curriculum, and then I'm just looking through it really quickly. So, like here you put learning is only in the mind, and then here you put include the mind and the body. I wasn't sure if you read this and you realized, oh, I thought learning only occurred in the mind, when you read that it occurred in the mind and body. And that can happen. I just want to make sure I understand how you're approaching that issue. So there's no problem with it at all. I just want to make sure I understand what you did there. And then you wrote this reflection as an essay, which is fine if that's what you'd like to do. I am not counting the number of golden lines, so to speak, from each chapter. So I'm going to accept this week, but in the future I really do expect, when I ask for 5 golden lines from each chapter, I really do mean that I want you to list the quote and then a few sentences about why you picked it. You have a lot of good stuff here, so I'm not going to be too strict about it this week, but I will be in the future, and I wanted to make sure I was clear about that. And there was something that you said about Montessori approach being picky about what toys they have in the classroom, and that is a misunderstanding. I just want to make sure you know they're not being picky. They are making specific choices based on the work of Maria Montessori, which you read about in the chapter. And I'm just a little concerned that the meaning of that did not come through for you, that all of the choices that are made in the Montessori classroom are made for educational reasons and not because they're picky. Picky is, picky. Picky means you just don't like that toy, or just, if that makes sense. So I just really want to be clear that these methodologies are based on very in-depth, sound research, evidence-based educational practices. And you had questions in here which I am going to address to the whole class. So thank you for those, and I will answer them. So I want to say one more time that what you sent and what you did is very, very good. The content's good, your understanding is good, your questions are good. It's just a little different than what the assignment directions and expectations were. So I want to make sure going forward that I've been clear with you. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.